All right, now we're actually live. All right, so this is
Yeah.
episode 2 of whatever the heck we're calling it, and we're reviewing the latest Anderson Paak album, Oxnard.
That's true. Hey, folks, my name is Kevin, and I love music.
It's the same with me, except my name is Noah. So let's just start this off with track 1 of Anderson Paak's new album, The Chase,
Oh, yeah.
featuring Kedja Bonnet. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but what were
Uh,
your thoughts on this?
my thought. I think it was definitely the best. One of a fantastic opener to an album.
I completely agree. I think this song just really sets the mood quick, especially since it has a car theme, which the first 3 songs of the album have a car theme kind of to the lyrics. Very very chill intro, and then some vocals from Kaja Bonnet. Then goes into
Oh
a
yeah.
little funky groove. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. What I like about Anderson Paak is he always keeps these themes on locations, and he keep this time seeing with Oxnard. His last few albums, he had like Malibu and stuff, right? But
Yeah,
Oxnard, this is good, and the car theme
this is
especially.
his hometown. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Oh,
Oxnard is his hometown.
makes the name even more important if you ask me. And the car theme goes fantastically well, especially with the car that's shown on his album as well. I feel like what he's trying to get at is this whole album is a ride, and it's gonna take us along with it. It's not gonna be entirely a smooth ride, but it's gonna be a smooth experience.
I completely agree with you, and I think that this song just has a great flow to it. A bunch of different sections, actually. Feels really smooth. Feels like a great track. I think it's a great opener. And it leads us into track 2, Hello.
Hello. Okay, by far my favorite album in the whole track. It is literally a song talking about getting a blowjob and trying to get head low, and the very end of the track, he gets in a car crash.
Yep.
But honestly, it's okay. It's fine.
This was actually a neutral track for me. I thought it was a good track. I don't think that there's a single bad song on this album, personally. But
no.
I think that it was just a bit more forgettable for me than other songs on the album, but it has a great chorus. I love the chorus. I'm not as huge on the verses, though, personally. But I think it's very easily the most comedic song on the album, with the skit at the end being hilarious.
Oh yeah. In terms of theme, I think probably my favorite theme just for what it's about anyways. I mean, a lot of songs are kind of political if you ask me, or have some deeper meaning. This is just straight up getting a freaking blowjob, right? And I think that's
In
the
a
kind
car.
of comedic in a car, right? And then you get in a car crash at the very end, right?
Yeah.
So a song about getting roadhead is the kind of comedic relief we need in an album talking about more serious subjects. And just that, musically speaking, it's not bad, but it's not very standout.
Yeah, I don't love the verses. I don't love the instrumental in the verses. I think it has a good chorus, but
Right. It doesn't feel hip hop. It feels R&B. There's nothing wrong with that, honestly. The vocals, the background vocals you're gonna get, the smooth bass line, and just the R&B kind of beats that it has there. That's all fine. It doesn't feel very Anderson Paak enough, if you ask me. I think that's the best way to put it.
I don't know, maybe. Anyways, it's a decent track. Not one of my favorites. I was kind of neutral on it in terms of the album, but that skit of him getting a blowjob ends and goes immediately into the next track, Tints.
Oh yeah, I already love the name of this first song.
I think you know what I think is kind of funny about this track is the song is about needing your windows tinted because you're really famous and the paparazzi are not giving you privacy. But I think that it's kind of funny with the last song being what it's about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's actually intentional, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It applies to a card especially well, But I think this is, if the last song was R&B, this is even more R&B.
This song is super funky, super big bass line drum beat.
Oh yeah, and then Kendrick Lamar is super smooth coming in, and super smooth all the way out. Really flows well when that is in Paak.
Yep, a fantastic verse from Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah.
Probably top three favorite songs on the album for me.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the music video for this
I
song?
have, yeah.
You have. What's your opinion of that?
Uh, it's interesting. It's about all I have to say on that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's really trying to put about the hood scene, the hood kind of life. Poor neighborhoods. Whites here and there. The whites are doing pretty well. Um, also overtly sexual.
Yeah.
Fine.
The song itself is, in fact, I think in the entire song, there's only one line in the song that refers to sex at all. And it's like the last line of Kendrick Lamar's verse where he says, "You might pull me over and see one of your bitches." I think that's like the only line in the song that refers to sex, but in uh, in context with the last song, I think it gets more sexual.
Oh yeah. Um. But yeah. Overall, I would say I'll put it as like top three best songs of the whole album, hands down. I mean, and this is a great feature as well for Kendrick Lamar. I'm glad to be able to get together. I mean, both Paak and Lamar seem like fucking brothers, if you ask me. So
I agree. A match made in heaven.
you imagine.
And that
All right, yeah. Moving on to "Who Are You?" What's your opinion of that?
it's a great song. It has some great energy. Uh, it's like one of the two most straightforward hip hop songs on the album. It has some braggadocious lyrics. I don't know what else to say about it really. It's a pretty straightforward hip hop song, but it has great energy. Anderson .Paak really shows up on this one.
Oh yeah. Now when you know, I like how the album keeps the theme of having a car ride, and I'm imagining each song as like Anderson .Paak or someone in the car.
Yeah, this is the first song on the album though that doesn't really have a car theme to the lyrics though.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have a car theme to the lyrics, but I definitely can see it being sung in the car. Someone needs to go sing it, or it's gonna be played at an appropriate time radio. This is the kind of song I can hear Anderson .Paak asking. He picks up some guy from the hood who just got shot. And that's who are you? Or picks up some homeless guy and it's like saying, who are you? And basically you're nothing, or maybe you're someone, but you don't even know that you are someone, right? But this is a very appropriate diss track. This is the diss track in any hip hop album you need. So
Yeah,
it's definitely it's a good drop, I would say.
Also, another thing to note is some ad libs thrown in there from Dr. Dre in this song as well. So overall, great song, love it.
Oh, yeah.
And the next song on the album, we get to 6 Summers.
Oh yeah.
Easily the most political song on the album.
Oh. Yeah, I think it has like the Donald Trump song on it. He just starts off blasting overall.
Yeah, I mean the name of the song is just in reference to Donald Trump, with him having 6 possible terms left in office, or 6 possible years left in office.
Right. Like it really gets to the point where the black communities obviously need some reform with the shootings they have and the black violence and etc. Right. That's just common stuff people know about. But this video puts points towards the government as well, because reform in these communities can't just get change on their own. They need change from the government, and it's not going to help them if the government doesn't care about their cost, about their needs, about their cost, which is really what it's getting at, in my opinion. But I could be wrong, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Another thing to note is the second half of the song is like 100% different than the first half of the song. There's a very sudden change. The first section is a lot funkier, a bit more hard hitting, and the second half is a bit more soulful. I think I actually prefer the second half of the song, but overall, I really enjoyed it. Did you enjoy this one?
Oh yeah, and I think it's it's very appropriate too, because it's kind of like the changes you're turning over the season. Maybe this summer will be better than last one. Maybe this time you'll be heard more.
Yeah, another thing that I actually just thought of is halfway in the song, it changes beats to something a bit. I don't know if I'd say happier, but definitely a different change of tone, which could be when Donald Trump is out of office in half of 6 summers.
Hmm.
So
It's
in
actually
three
a really good
summers,
point. Yeah,
three
thinking
summers,
about it,
Donald
yeah.
Trump would be out of office, and halfway into the song, there's a big tonal change. That
Right on.
I might be looking too much into it, but
No, I think that's in 6 summers you'll be out of office, right? So maybe.
well, in 3 summers he will, and he'll possibly be in for another 4 years.
For sure.
So definitely some metaphors and hidden meanings in this track.
Hmm.
And that overall, I really enjoyed that track. Goes without saying. But next song,
yeah.
Savior's Road. The shortest song on the album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I don't know. This is one of those more religious tracks on the album. I don't even know if religion is really the name of the game. This one, to me, I feel like it's kind of like an old man talking to the youth and just saying, "Hey, no matter what I say, you guys won't care."
I have a bit of a
You know?
theory on the meaning of this song in correlation with the next song, but we'll get to that after. But yeah, there's a bunch of religious references. The name of the song Savior's Road, I don't know if you noticed this, but it's actually not spelled like Savior, like from the Bible.
Yeah.
Savior.
It's more like a gang kind, if you ask me.
Well,
Gang territory.
I looked this up. Savior's, when it's spelled like that, is the name of a street in Oxnard.
Oh.
So it's a bit of a play on words there, because he's definitely meaning to say Savior spelled O-R, because of the religious themes. But but the song, very funky. It's kind of, I wouldn't say an interlude, because it's still very packed full of content. But what do you think?
Musically speaking, I feel like it's kind of bland, but I also think that's also the point, because the meaning of the song is like, you won't listen to me, right? That's what it's getting at. I mean, a big line is, "I would sell you faith, but you niggas don't believe," right? And I think the fact that it is kind of bland and it is kind of short lived helps to build the point of the song more. But that's my opinion, right?
Yeah. Overall, this is just kind of a neutral one for me. I think the instrumental's pretty decent. Definitely not a bad track, but just in the scheme of things, just a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, it's a good song in theory, but in practicality, it's not what I would listen to versus like say Tints.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next song. What do you think of "Smiling Pretty"?
Smiling Petty.
I've been reading wrong the whole time. What do you think of "Smiling Pretty"?
All right, so this song is, in my opinion, has a lot of similar lyrical themes to the last song. Maybe not super obvious, but "Smile" is a very, very slow, soulful track. And then "Petty," the second half, kicks in. It's a bit funkier, actually quite a bit funkier. And the song seems to be about a woman who is lying, possibly cheating on him. So what did you think of this track?
I think it was good. This is the kind of track I can see me listening to playing video games, honestly. Both parts, overall. I don't really think of the song as separate parts, though. Two separate songs. I think of it as like one coherent piece.
It definitely does not feel coherent. It's a pretty abrupt change.
See, I get that, but if it was two different songs, it would make it two different songs. I think there's a reason why it keeps it.
Oh, definitely. They both have like the same lyrical themes.
Right.
They're both about a woman who's lying.
Right. It's more like I see both halves as like two sides of the same coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, meaning-wise, I can't say a whole lot. honestly, but musically it's pretty good. I'll put it.
Oh yeah, so my theory for the meaning of the song, again, I could be stretching here, but the lyrics seem to refer to a woman who is cheating on him, and another term for cheating is being unfaithful.
Right.
And in the last track, he talks about people not having faith.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure what the overall meaning is, but I do think that lyrically the two songs are connected. Uh,
Right. Well, I mean, towards the end of the second half of the song, he's really really bitching about a bitch, to be honest. So he is definitely mad at a woman. What we can say is most likely cheating, but I it's for right now for me, I'm not finding like the meaning to why he's pissed off. Or
again,
he's cheating.
I think that this song and Savior's Road might be actually political songs.
Mm.
I'm not sure exactly the metaphor, but I'm pretty
Oh
sure
yeah,
that they have some political metaphor going on throughout them,
right on.
which would
Let's
make
head on
sense
to
because
the
of
next
Six
track.
Summers, the song before. But all right, so track number 8. What do you think of this one? Mansa Musa. I don't remember how to pronounce this.
Yeah, Mansa Musa. Yeah, I actually personally I think this is a really good song on this album. Um, with Dr. Dre and Cocoa Sarai. Not Sarah, how I say it. She kind of raps the Nicki Minaj, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I know.
Or
I thought
Cardi
the
B.
same exact thing. I've never heard of her
Yeah,
before, but
yeah, I know it's kind of funny, but I actually like the theme of this song. Mas Musa is a really really rich guy. His top comment on the song here was that he was so rich he would drop out gold to common people because he was that rich. And I think that really speaks volumes because money is prized a lot in hip hop culture among the songs. Being wealthy, having money, the story of money, and I think this is using Mansa Musa as a theme, like the definitive man of rich among famous black people across history. I think that's really cool. I don't think it's very deep though. To be
I
honest,
agree. I think that I mean it's just like who are you? This is the second more straightforward hip hop focused song on the album.
yeah,
Uh, and
it's
the lyrics feel kind of shallow compared to everything else on the album, but
yeah, it's
it's
really just basically a diss track, really saying I'm better than you,
yeah,
basically.
just like who are you? I think the songs are pretty similar.
Oh yeah, but this one has to do more with money rather than identity.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but that's not a bad song though. I
Also,
like it.
the Dr. Dre feature was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
He actually gets an entire verse in this one, unlike "Who Are You," where he just does ad libs.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I don't have much else to say about this. Do you have anything else to say? Overall, it's a pretty good track.
Yeah, just the theme's good. Decent track. Not much, honestly. It's good though. All right,
Uh,
let's head on to Brother's
track
Keeper.
number 9.
Yeah, I know you really like this one.
My
So
favorite song in the entire album, "Brothers Keeper," featuring Pusha T. Oh man, I have a lot to say about this one. I want to get your thoughts first, though.
personally, not that much. It's a good song. It's a good feature, hands down. I think probably the best featured artist of the album. Like very good verse. I can't speak a whole lot of the meaning of this song. This whole album, I really can't speak much of the meaning. uh, it's either in this album, some songs are really vague, or some songs are pretty shallow. But it's a good song. It kind of feels like I'm in a church that I'm listening to this song. Um, it has kind of this gospel feel to it, and it's kind of like I'm being preached.
Yeah, I can see
Maybe
that.
maybe that's the vibe he's trying to put, but it does sound good though. I really love gospel music, the kind of vibe they give. It has energy, but it makes you want to listen. It makes you want to actively listen, and that's good. So the album sounds good, very good. Choir effects, uh, good instrumentals. It's a good track, to be honest. So good.
All right, so this track for me, Like you were saying, Pusha T, best feature on the album, even better than Kendrick Lamar, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Kendrick was a good second though.
Yeah, Kendrick. Yeah, definitely. But this song, oh man. So it starts out with some really jazzy guitar chords, and then the bass and drums come in. The drum beat throughout the song is kind of strange. It's like one big drum fill, but it sounds really climactic. I don't know if one big drum fill is the right way to say it, but uh, it's just it has a very climactic feel. The entire instrumental does, in my opinion. Uh, the lyrics in this song have religious themes to them, which makes sense because the term "brother's keeper" came from the Bible. In Anderson Paak's verse, he was talking about if Jesus would have had a better lawyer, would he have to see the cross? Which is an interesting line, but the song in general is just about having to be your brother's keeper, pretty much.
Right.
And this is solidified with Pusha T's verse where he is talking about Malice, his brother and hip-hop partner who was in a group with him. He then became a Christian. Malice did. And he was talking about how Push is still on the gangster side, rapping about drugs and stuff, but his brother is a Christian now. So overall, there's a lot of religious themes in the song. Man, I love this song so much. Push's verse is so climactic. I don't have much else to say, but this track is fantastic.
I guess you can say it goes anywhere, right? So speaking of to anywhere, yeah, anywhere. It's a pretty chill song. It's definitely the kind of song that I can see myself smoking marijuana to, even though I don't smoke marijuana. And this is why Snoop Dogg is a great feature in this album, along with other features. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who they are, but it's a pretty good track. It definitely goes along with the cruise vibe I'm getting from this whole album. And yeah, that's about it. I can't say a whole lot about it.
So these last three tracks, excluding the two bonus tracks, which we might briefly talk about, but so anyways, Anywhere is one of the three tracks at the end of this album that have similar themes, and this one is about 90s hip-hop G-Funk, which Snoop Dogg is kind of a big part of. So this song's lyrics even reference some artists from the 90s, some hip-hop artists. And the instrumental is completely reminiscent of 90s G-Funk, which I think is even a line that Snoop Dogg says in the song. I love this song a lot. It's very chill. Snoop Dogg, like you said, great feature, especially since he has a big part in the song's meaning in itself. It's just reminiscing about the past, which is kind of the theme about the last three songs on this album. Yeah, so nostalgic track, great Snoop Dogg feature. It's about all I have to say about that. Do you have anything else?
Right. I really feel like that Anderson .Paak is he gives a lot of respect to rappers of the past and gives a lot of references to the legacy. Not only in this song, but especially in the song, right? But throughout his themes, it kind of feels like he is, at least to me, a better cover artist, if that makes sense. But at the same time, putting in his own mixes. But yeah, so decent track overall. Let's head on to Trippy. This is the penultimate album, penultimate song of the album, rather. So, what's your opinion of Trippy?
I was actually just kind of neutral on this one. I think that the song is great, except for J. Cole's feature. I think that his feature was kind of weak. But I love the instrumental, love Anderson .Paak's verse, love the chorus. Very chill song again. Song is about an old lover that that they're kind of reminiscing about. The reason I don't like J. Cole's verse is it seems kind of shallow, and he talks about stalking a woman on social media, which I think is, you know, a little bit strange. So I didn't really like J. Cole's feature, but besides that, I think the song was good, but it ends up just being kind of neutral for me because of that.
Yeah, I used to search her name, hoping we could connect, but if I sent a message, would she still be on my dick?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even rhyme. Even rhyme, which is that's fine. I mean, yeah, it's just kind of a. Every album needs some sort of kind of love song. I guess this is the closest thing to a love song in this album, besides the second song on the album was called Head Low. I guess that's more of a lust song, if you ask me, but still, whatever. But it's alright. I mean, it's a filler song, if you ask me. Filler song, I mean, I think J. Cole is actually a decent rapper, if you ask me. It's
Yeah,
just
I
that,
agree.
just that what he rapped about is kind of meh. The whole meaning was kind of meh as well of this song. So, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I didn't think the song had a huge meaning to it, but again, it has, like I was talking about in the last track, these last three songs kind of have a common theme of nostalgia for Anderson .Paak, which makes sense since I said Oxnard is his hometown, so he has a lot of nostalgia from that town.
Oh, yeah.
And the final track on the album, Cheers. What do you think?
I think it's a decent ending. I mean, it's definitely better. It's a better ending than our last podcast we had.
Yeah.
Pilots. It sounds. Like in the beginning, it's pretty upbeat. Toward as it goes down, it kind of de-escalates a bit. It still keeps tension though. But
I think that this is. Sorry, what were you saying?
It, I don't know. Like I wish it would have finished out with a bigger bang. It just felt it felt it could be more of a middle song if you ask me in the album rather than an ending song. I mean, it ends on some saxophone fills, and that's fine, and some choir effects in the very end, some vocal lines, but it doesn't feel like a great ender to me. I really would have wanted to like end how we started with the car door opening. That's what I was hoping with. I really would wish it would finish the cycle. Although they were taking a ride, but this didn't feel like we finished taking the ride. It felt like we were still on the ride.
What did you think of the Q-tip feature?
The Q feature? I thought it was alright. It didn't really stand out like the Lamar feature or the Snoop Dogg feature, but I would have to hear it again to be honest with you.
All right, so we have a major disagreement about this song.
Okay.
I think this song is a fantastic ending song.
Okay.
And this is one of my top 5 favorite songs on the album.
Okay.
Overall, the song is upbeat. It's funky, and as you were saying, around the halfway point in the song, when Q-Tip comes in, it gets a bit jazzier, which makes sense considering his background from A Tribe Called Quest. But so the lyrics of this song, which is why I think it's a great ending, are about their friends who have passed away. So Anderson .Paak in his verse references Mac Miller and talks about Mac Miller a lot and how influential he was on him and how great of friends they were. And the song just feels like a great send-off. And Q-Tip has some lyrics about Phife Dawg, his partner in A Tribe Called Quest, who passed away. I just think that this song feels like a great celebration of life and celebration of friendship. And overall, I think the song is a great closer to the album.
Hmm. You know, when you put it that way, I think it's definitely a better closer song. Um, I don't know. For me, I would have wanted it to be like ending off the cycle, like through the drive. But it definitely is a send-off song, which is a way to put it. And also, I did not know Mac Miller died of overdose.
Oh, you
That
didn't?
needs that. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't even know that song was referenced him, to be honest. Um, and that's kind of sad, honestly, because I actually sang a Mac Miller song for choir performance of mine back in the day in high school. So that's kind of sad. Now I
Well,
think about
I'm
it.
sorry that I'm breaking this news to you for the first time, but he passed away a few months
Of
ago.
drug, yeah, of drug overdose too.
Yeah,
I'm just reading the Wikipedia right now about it, but yeah, that's kind of sad.
I
So
think this
yeah,
song, like I said, a great celebration of life for Mac Miller and Fife Dog, and just their old friends in general that have passed away.
right.
Um,
That's good.
so yeah, this
Um,
this is definitely one of my favorites off the album.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of like back to the ride theme we were talking about for a while. Like it reminds me of like, um, wow, I forgot. I guess ending the ride off, or rather, remembering the good times while it lasts.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
so final thoughts on the album. What kind of rating would you give it?
So if we're taking into account all the songs on the album and not the two bonus tracks,
Yeah, we're
which
gonna
we're
exclude
not
those.
talking about, because I think the bonus tracks are pretty weak. Uh,
Hmm.
I think that Sweet Chick's all right. I think it's a pretty shallow song, and I think Left to Right is just not good.
Hmm.
But so the 12 tracks, the Chase to Cheers, I would give a solid 9 out of 10.
Hmm.
There wasn't a song that I disliked. Uh, a lot of the songs I loved. There were a few that were just kind of neutral on for me.
Hmm.
But overall, I'd totally give this a 9 out of 10. I love this album.
All right. All right. I think that's a bit too high for me. I would lean on like I'm gonna, I would give this a 7.9. I think like it. Yeah, and
Can we round
don't
that up
fuck
to
with
an
me.
8 or
Yeah,
7.9?
don't mess with me on the points, man. Those are very intentional. No, that's true. But you know, I think the album as a whole was great. I feel like the theme was pretty good. Besides the ending didn't go with the theme personally, but who cares? I mean, it's a good ending song. Kind of think about it.
Well,
It
I
would
think
would
I
make
think it
me
really does
honest.
go with the theme because, like I was saying on the last three songs of the album, uh, they're all about nostalgia, and the album's title is Oxnard,
Mm-hmm. So
which
nostalgia.
which Anderson .Paak is very nostalgic about, obviously because it's his hometown. It's where he grew up, where all of his old friends are.
Well, that's fair. Um, the reason why I give it the minus 2.1 from the 10 is I think that obviously does some songs better than others. It had to go. It goes back to the point before where the songs that weren't great, they were just good or they were okay. And there's not a lot of songs again I would listen to um individually. However, this is the kind of album I would listen to again and again as an album, though. So that's why I'm rating it higher than like our first album review of the One Pilots. Great. It has some great individual songs, you know, and some pretty good comedic ones, and it has some good meaning as an album. But at least for me, like I'm not a massive hip hop fan. I like hip hop, but in terms of music for me, I think it's a good 7.9. Now if it wants to get that extra point one, it has to, I guess, first have some better bonus track songs, and um,
Well, I don't
make
think
sure.
I don't think that we should count the bonus track songs personally. Although he doesn't
Yeah,
make it super obvious that they're bonus tracks,
yeah, that's true.
but
But well, I'm getting at is just increase the quality of his songs a bit more. Um, make it less generic, I guess. But that's about it.
yeah. So
Overall, it's a good theme. It's a good whole album. it's a good experience. And the fact that I said the album is an experience means I like it a lot.
So yeah, personally, I think that Anderson .Paak is just improving on every album. I would rate Venice a 7 out of 10, Malibu an 8 out of 10, and Oxnard a 9 out of 10. So if that keeps up, uh, let's just say the next album is gonna be pretty sweet.
You'll have a 10 out of 10. There we go.
Because like you were saying, I personally don't think that there's any songs that were just okay on this album. I think the worst song on the album was, for me at least, was probably Trippy or maybe Head Low. But those songs are still good, and I still would go back to them just on my own, not in context of the album if I'm feeling like listening to those vibes.
True.
So I don't think that there's a single okay song on this album. I think that everything is great.
There isn't. But I don't know, at least for me, I did like Malibu more personally. Malibu has some songs like The Bird and hold on.
Yeah, I mean Malibu definitely had some great tracks, but I think that there are more forgettable songs on Malibu than there are on this, especially since it was a 16-song album. That's a lot of songs.
That's it. That is a lot of songs, dude.
I think that even though that Oxnard ends up being close to the same length, actually that's not including the bonus tracks. Never mind. But I think that Malibu had a few songs in there that could have been cut to make it more compact and better.
I think that's fair. Listen to me, like the one song that I always come back to for Anderson .Paak is "Calm Down." If he had more songs like that in this album, I'd be way happier. But like for me, what I love in hip hop is those diss tracks like "Who Are You," but there wasn't really one like "Come Down." If you ask me, well, "Come Down" really isn't a diss track, but I like a vibe like that, a really good riff and just immense amount of energy, you know.
Yeah.
In your face energy. That's something I would have wanted for this album.
I'm not sure if you heard. It wasn't on this album, but it was like a kind of a single. It was a single that wasn't on the album called "Bubblin'." That maybe is more what you're looking for. I really enjoy that track as well. But
have not.
Overall, Oxnard, I give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a very tight group of tracks that do not disappoint.
That's true. So, and again, I'm going to give it a 7.9. So, in terms of our scale, the album is approximately 16.9 out of 20, which is an 8, it's basically an 8.45. That's not bad.
All right, and that is our review of Oxnard by Anderson .Paak.
Yeah. Any questions? Leave it down in the comments below, and hope you guys have a good one. Yeah.
Yep. See you guys.
Yep. Next week I'll be back with I don't know. We'll still like a Blackpink album or something.
Yep. See you guys on the next show.